I think one of the most exciting parts of the spring season being right at our doorstep is all the festivals that are going to be going on in the coming weeks. And you can't talk about festivals around here and not head up to Rhea County and the fun that they bring every single year. Alex Fine, Tom Davis have brought the fun to us a little bit this morning. Alex is the Director of Tourism for Rhea County. Tom is a history aficionado, so he's with the Heritage Preservation Foundation. He'll be talking about the fact that this year, we celebrate 100 years since the Scopes trial.
Yep.
So let's talk first these festivals, Alex, because they're going to be here before we know it. Dayton and that Strawberry Festival, right?
Yes. So this is the 78th Tennessee Strawberry Festival. 50,000 plus people gather in Dayton over a period of 5 or 6 days. A variety of events, cook-offs, a pageant, cruise-in car show, parade,
Strawberries.
All things strawberries. Yes.
The town itself there in Dayton is so welcoming, and you do get this sense of nostalgia. I mean, tree-lined streets and neighbors coming out, but visitors are also very much welcome and made to feel like they're from there too.
Yes.
For those few days. Now, within Rhea County, then there's Spring City, that's part of the county.
Correct.
They have a Blooms Festival?
Yes, so the day before, a couple days before the Strawberry Festival is the 3rd annual Blooms Festival. So you can expect a lot of craft vendors, food vendors. It's going to be right on Front Street. It's a historic street in downtown Spring City, and it's another one that you do not want to miss.
Are the blooms all different types of flowers?
I think so.
Okay. We'll see what Mother Nature brings them this year, right? I guess the spring rains and
it
cool
is beautiful.
might make a difference. All right, let's talk the history of it. So you don't know this necessarily, but I've had a chance to go up to Dayton occasionally with 3+U. And we did kind of like an hour-long profile, I think, of the city, and we got to go in the courthouse.
That's pretty special.
We were very honored, and into the room itself where that Scopes trial took place. So you're with the Historic Preservation Foundation.
Rhea Heritage Preservation Foundation.
So maintaining that is no small thing.
Well, that's a county project, and they're working on that. They've done a good job this year of really restoring the room, the courtroom, and we're excited to see how that's going to play with our play and our activities that we have going on this year.
So what do you have going on? Because I know you're starting now. You're not waiting for July.
Well, on March 21st, 1925, Governor Austin Peay signed the Butler Act, which really was the foundation for the trial, you might say. So on that week before, the Rhea Heritage Preservation Foundation will have 3 one-act plays of a lecture and tour of the museum aimed at school children particularly, that goes over the events, how it came to pass, and what the whole thing was about, and why we're remembering a misdemeanor trial 100 years later.
So you'll have to educate me a little bit, because I might be like a lot of people where I've combined truth with a little bit of fiction in Inherit the Wind.
That happens.
It does happen.
Inherit was an allegory to talk about Senator Joe McCarthy and his anti-communist crusade in the 50s. We do an adaptation of the transcripts where we use the actual words that were spoken in that room to tell the story of the school teacher who was charged after the fact with violating the law, even though he didn't remember violating that law.
Maybe we should take a pause, because there could be people watching who are thinking, what in the world are they even talking about? It has been 100 years. To me, the Scopes trial is just sort of a known part of life, but there could be people who aren't familiar with it.
Well, in 1925, the question of creation and evolution was a hot topic, and that January, actually, Representative Butler introduced a bill that made it unlawful to teach in public schools any theory of human origins that discounted the account in the Bible. Dayton saw this, the American Civil Liberties saw this, the ACLU advertised for a teacher to challenge that law. The Dayton folk recruited a teacher to agree to challenge it. John Scopes, hence the Scopes trial. And in July, Clarence Darrow, William Jennings Bryan, and a lot of other lawyers came to argue this. Well, this was such a huge event that 100, 200 reporters from all over the world came to record what happened. And Scopes was convicted. The conviction was overturned a couple of years later. But that really put Dayton on the map.
It did put Dayton on the map, and it changed the conversation point in the country as well. So what happened in Dayton impacted so many.
The whole country.
Right. So, I mean, this is just a tiny snippet, but if you've ever thought that Dayton is, oh yeah, that cute little town I hear about, oh no, it is so much more than that cute little town that you hear about. So in terms of following you and the different things you're going to be doing, do we go to the tourism website to
Scopes100.com.
Scopes100.com, and then mark your calendars for the Tennessee Strawberry Festival in its 78th year, the 3rd year for the Spring City Blooms Festival. March through June, though, is all these observances, I guess we should say, of the Scopes trial.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you so much.